The cameras flicker on. The Capitol hearing room is packed tighter than a courtroom on a scandal verdict day. Every seat is filled. Reporters, photographers, lobbyists, and political junkies all leaning forward. In the center sits Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, papers stacked neatly in front of her like loaded ammunition. At the opposite end, Rudy Giuliani, former New York mayor and now a man drowning in legal trouble, slouches back in his chair. His once confident smirk is flickering, a neon sign on the verge of burning out. Anchor's voice in live broadcast. We are live from Capitol Hill, where Rudy Giuliani is set to testify. But word is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has something big, something that could change the course of this hearing. Scene 1, the calm before the storm. The chair of the committee clears his throat. Mr. Giuliani, we appreciate your presence today. Giuliani leans into the mic, adjusting his tie, trying to project control. Yes, happy to clear up any misunderstandings. Jasmine doesn't flinch. She simply flips through a manila folder. Every page turn is deliberate, loud enough to be caught by the room's microphones. Rudy glances at her. That's the first crack, a tell that even before she speaks, he knows something's coming. Scene 2, Jasmine's opening strike. Jasmine leans forward, mic on. Mr. Giuliani, you've repeatedly claimed, under oath and in public interviews, that you had no direct financial dealings with certain individuals tied to recent election interference investigations. Is that correct, Rudy shifts? I've said I never took direct payments from anyone connected to. She raises her hand. Good, because I'd like to enter into the record Exhibit 1 for a 2/8 wheel in a display board. On it, a high-resolution scan of a court-sealed wire transfer record, dated just 14 months ago. The gallery gasps. Cameras zoom in. Jasmine's voice doesn't rise, it sharpens. This document, Mr. Giuliani, is from a federal court in the Southern District of New York. It's signed by your own counsel in a civil disclosure, and it shows 3 payments, totaling $452,000, from an entity tied to the very individuals you said you'd never dealt with. Scene 3, Rudy's stumble. Giuliani leans toward his microphone, sweat already forming on his temple. I don't recall, Jasmine cuts him off. You don't recall, or you hoped we wouldn't recall. Because, Mr. Giuliani, I'm holding the court-certified originals in my hand right now. She lifts the folder, letting the camera catch the official red stamp on the documents. Reporters in the press pit furiously tap at their keyboards. Phones buzz. The story is already moving. Scene 4, the cross-examination. Jasmine locks eyes with him. Did you sign the affidavit on March 8, 2024? Stating you had no ongoing financial connections with foreign-linked PACs? Yes, but did you later amend that affidavit? No. So you never corrected a false statement to a federal court? Rudy freezes. I didn't know it was false except, she says, holding up Exhibit 1 for B. Your own bank sent you a fraud notice on March 2nd, 6 days before you swore under oath, flagging these exact payments. Do you deny that? Silence. The room is holding its breath. Scene 5, the moment that breaks him. Jasmine stands, her tone still controlled but now radiating intensity. Mr. Giuliani, lying to the American public is one thing, lying to a court is perjury. And today, in this hearing, you've done something worse. You've tried to gaslight the entire country while sitting under oath. Rudy starts to speak, but she slams down another page. This is a sworn deposition from your former accountant, obtained last night, confirming that you personally instructed them to route these funds through a shell consulting firm to avoid disclosure. The audience erupts. Photographers' flashes turn the room into a strobe. Scene 6, live TV fallout on cable news. Anchors break in mid-sentence. CNN, anchor, we have breaking news. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has just unveiled court-sealed documents linking Rudy Giuliani directly to payments he denied under oath. MSNBC anchor, this is extraordinary. We are watching in real time as Giuliani's credibility collapses. Social media explodes. Clips of Jasmine's controlled dismantling of Giuliani are trending within minutes. Hashtags like #Crockett exposes Rudy and #perjury live surge. Scene 7, Rudy's last stand. Giuliani tries to recover. This is a political hit job. These so-called documents, Jasmine tilts her head. You're welcome to call them so-called, Mr. Giuliani, but they're stamped, signed, and filed in your own case, which means the only thing so-called here is your defense. Laughter ripples from the back rows. Even a few committee members hide smirks. Scene 8. The chair intervenes. The committee chair, now visibly aware that history is unfolding, leans into his mic. Mr. Giuliani, you are reminded that perjury before Congress carries serious criminal penalties. You may wish to confer with counsel before continuing. Giuliani mutters something off mic. His lawyer whispers urgently in his ear. Scene 9. The coup de grace. Jasmine doesn't sit down. She produces one final sheet. This, Mr. Giuliani, is an email from your own account, sent at 11:43 p.m. on April 10th last year, less than a month after you swore you had no financial ties. In it, you thank the sender for the transfer, promise to deliver the package of election materials, and request future payments be broken into smaller amounts. The room is silent, the kind of silence that comes right before a career detonates. Jasmine sets the email down. Would you like to read it aloud for the record, Mr. Giuliani? He shakes his head. His face is pale. Scene 10. Aftermath on air outside the hearing room. Reporters swarm Jasmine. How did you get the documents? What happens to Giuliani now? She simply says, truth has a way of finding daylight. By the time the sun sets, every major outlet is replaying the footage. Giuliani's legal team is in full crisis mode. Commentators speculate on imminent charges, and Jasmine, she's back in her office, sipping coffee, already preparing for tomorrow's battle.